Hello and welcome to Adam Shah Weekly. In this video, I'm going to show you two small features of Swift 5 language, which are namely is multiple of and future enumerated types. All right, let's get started. The first thing is I'm using Xcode 10.2, which has Swift 5 already installed, so I don't have to download any additional packages or anything. Swift 5 is already available if you have Xcode 10.2. So the first feature we're going to look at is called the is multiple of. And you will realize it's kind of a weird feature because basically it's going to allow you to check if a particular number is multiple of a different number. So let's say if I say 6 dot is multiple of 3, it is going to give you either true or false depending on if the 6 is multiple of 3. And you can see on the right hand side it actually gives you true because 6 is a multiple of 3. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Now if I go ahead and replace this by 8, then you will see over here 8 is multiple of 3 and it says false. And that's basically it. That's a very small feature of Swift 5. Now you can use this feature to create different kind of application, and one of the most common interview questions that you will encounter is called the FizzBuzz. FizzBuzz is a very simple application, which means, let me actually type it out over here first. If a number is multiple of 3, then we say fizz. If a number is multiple of 5, then we say buzz. If a number is multiple of 3 and 5, then we say, you know that, FizzBuzz. So how can we use is multiple of to see if we can create a FizzBuzz application? The first thing I'm going to go ahead and create is some sort of a number. So I'm going to call this, let's say, number, and this is the number that we're checking. And now I can go ahead and use the if number is a multiple of 3, and if the number is multiple of 5, then this condition we're checking, so FizzBuzz. FizzBuzz. Great. Else, if the number is multiple of 3 only, then fizz. This condition, right? So fizz. Else, if the number dot is multiple of 5, then we'll say buzz. And the final case will be just the else. If the number is not really FizzBuzz or fizz or buzz, then, well, it's not really a FizzBuzz anyway, so not FizzBuzz. So we can say over here, not FizzBuzz. And now if I go ahead and run the application and pass in 15, you can see that we get the response FizzBuzz. But if I change it to 5 and run it again, I get buzz because it's right over here. If I pass in, let's say, 6, then you'll see it comes out to be fizz. And if I pass in some weird number, let's say 17, which is not really fizz or buzz, which means that it's not divisible by 3 or 5 or both, then it comes out to be not FizzBuzz. So this is a very small feature added to the Swift language, which is a function called is multiple of. Now let's go ahead and see that what is the next feature, which is future enumerated types in Swift 5. All right, so let's get started. I'm just going to write it over here, future enums, and I'm going to create an enum. And I'm going to explain it later what's exactly going on, but we're going to create a very simple enum called genre. And let's say that we're talking about movies. I'm going to add a genre with like action movies, and let's say romantic movies, and also horror movies. And I have these 3 genres for right now. Now let's go ahead and create this genre. So genre equals to genre.action movies. Now if I want to perform a switch case on this particular genre, I can do that. So here we go, genre, and I can handle different cases. Like if the case is action, then maybe I can print out action. All right. And if the case is different, let's say case is romantic movies, then I can go ahead and also print out romantic movies or romantic. And if the case is horror, then obviously I can just simply jump over here and print out horror. What about other cases? What about cases which I have not listed over here at this particular moment? Well, those can be handled in default, and we have all done that. We have default cases which will handle the cases which are not listed in the genre, all other cases. Okay, now if I go ahead and run the application, you will see right now that it's going to say action. And the reason it's saying action is that because on line number 32, I've created a genre, well, action. What if happens if I go ahead and add different cases, kids, and maybe fiction movies? And if I try to run this again, now I'm going to go ahead and also change this to, let's say, kids. Now, kids case is not really handled over here, but kids as well as fiction are going to be handled as a default case, as you can see. Now, there's no problem with this, but you need to get some sort of a warning that the new cases that you have just added are not really handled in the switch statement. So this means that kids, fiction, and any other case that I'm going to add, it will immediately jump onto the default case. Now in Swift 5 there's a new tag which is called unknown, and if you put the unknown tag with the default and you run this, then you're going to get a warning. And the warning is basically saying that the switch must be exhaustive, which basically means that you are missing or not handling two different cases. So it's not an error, it's a warning just to let you know that, hey, you just added like two cases and your switch statement is not handling these two cases. Of course, in our example, since the code for the enum as well as the switch is like right above each other, but this code can be in different files, and maybe you're adding 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 different genres, and those genres are used in the switch statement somewhere else in a completely different file. So it's always a good idea to get these warnings. So now I can go into my genre and I can add these two cases for kids and fiction. And that's pretty much it. So we covered is multiple of, and we covered future enums in Swift 5. If you like my Swift 5 videos and all the other videos that I'm putting out on my Azam Sharp weekly channel and want to support my work, then check out my Udemy page and different courses that I offer. My latest course is about mastering RX, Swift, and iOS, but I also have courses about intermediate and advanced iOS development where we build real-time or real-world applications. The link for all of my courses is in the description. You just click on it and you will be taken to my profile page where you can check out my different courses. Thank you so much for supporting Azam Sharp Weekly, and see you next week.